They say lead with strength, but we're leading with this guy instead. So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Max Manning.
Colio David. Yeah, Colio Dale, ladies and gentlemen. I can't talk to what did you guys put in my drink? I clearly cannot talk. That's what I want to do tonight. On this fine, not as rainy as they said it would be evening. Kind of makes you wonder about what the weather guy's really doing out there, you know? So, have any of you guys ever, guys, I'm talking to you now, guys, all guys, there's some special women out there in the audience, I don't know. Have any of you guys ever, stepped out of the shower and you kind of saw yourself naked in the mirror, and you're kind of, worked up, and you're just plain proud of it? You kind of stood there for a minute and you watched, and you kind of checked yourself out, made some poses, danced around a little. Like, look at that, man, well, Jeremy, nothing. You dance around, you're feeling real proud, you think you're going to go and lay that down for your girl, right? You step outside, you start throwing down some of those poses for your girl, nothing. She just laughs at you because you look like an idiot. Suddenly your third leg shrinks down to a freaking inchworm. Not so good. Not so good. I did that once with my ex-wife, hence the term X. What can I say, Then, of course, you learn that she's getting her porn star from somewhere else. Well, what can you do? So, pretty good show for me tonight, It's my second show. That's pretty cool, Thank you all. There's also a very special show for me tonight because my own father is in the house somewhere. Where'd you go? There you are, Dad. Take it back. When I found out my dad was going to be coming to the show, I considered cleaning up the act a little because he's my father. But then I remembered that one of his best buds, after he was in the military, convinced the hotel maid that he was a serial killer just so he could get a few extra hours of sleep. I don't think dirty jokes are going to bother him that much, do you?
No.
So let's see. We got how many was it? 5 people in here that ain't performing? We got the lovely married couple in the back. How long have you been married again?
10 years.
10 years. That is fantastic. 10 years. I think I think my mom and my stepdad have been married a little longer than that, and I have to say I'm very glad that in my house the insulation's very good. As I walked past their house I walked past their bedroom on their 10th anniversary. I did not want to walk past that bedroom ever again. That was not something pleasant to hear. Speaking of people and their sex lives, has anyone ever noticed how it seems like almost every movie in the last 50 years has become the prelude to a really bad porno? I'm kind of counting up the days when I can walk into the store and I will see Avatar: The Last Flamebender, or let's see, what is that movie? Or Jane Winger, The Pit Chronicles, or something. Or hey, Snow White and the Seven Horse with a whole new meaning on the term hi-ho. Yes, I have all kinds of stupidity lined up tonight. Let's see, what else we got here? We got you lovely folks, you're here to see her, right? Okay, you her husband, boyfriend? Alright, and you still came out to perform her. How bad did she have to twist them to get you to do that? Did she offer to give them back to you for a day, give you a weekend pass? Well, as some of you may or may not know from the last time I was here, I do currently work in a hotel myself on the desk. Now, what that means is that 4 to 6 days a week, between certain hours, I have no soul. I just kind of take it out when I'm getting ready, put it in a little jar, stick it on the shelf next to my nuts. That was Mary Voice. There's an interesting thing about working in a hotel, though. When you work in a hotel, whether you rent the rooms out to them or not, you still wind up introducing yourself to pretty much every hooker in the city. And you eventually start getting a sense for them, shall we say. That sense being a sense of smell. Because it seems that every hooker has the same frickin' perfume. And now, whenever there's one around, I have the same reaction. Hooker! You kind of look out for them. Especially because in certain parts of the town, they will jump into your car. That's, you know, that is not pleasant. You get a girl jump into your car, tries to proposition you, you got your date in the back seat. Why your date is in the back seat, you never know. For me, it was because she didn't talk during dinner. Now, another thing that kind of bothers me, what's the next trend going to be in body modification? You know, they got piercings and tattoos, and that's all become pretty normal. They got this really weird folks called gauging, where they'll stretch their ears out to be 18-inch discs. But what's the next body modification going to be? Personally, I think it's going to be mechanical implants. When I say mechanical, I don't necessarily mean like a lever. I'm talking like lights. I'm pretty sure in 30 years from now, we're going to walk into a strip club and every single strip is going to have LED nipples. Of course, now that's just the female strip. I think male strip is going to get a different kind of implant. It's going to be in a certain other area. Batteries not included. Damn! That was not a good investment. So, another thing that I kind of have to worry about a lot, and we have to think about, you know, you have nudist colonies out there in various parts of the world. How do people in nudist colonies deal with stage fright? Anybody ever thought about that? I mean, they say that when you're dealing with stage fright, you're supposed to picture the entire audience, you know, naked or in their underwear. I don't think that'll quite work for a nudist colony. Do they have to picture people in clothing? And maybe you're going on stage in a nudist colony, you got to picture everyone else is fully clothed, and with some of the people in that colony, you really have to do that because that is not a sight you want to see naked. That's especially why I'm not picturing any nudity, because my dad is in the audience, I don't want to see that. Sorry, Dad. 20 years in the military and none the prettier. I'm sorry. I think it's because you were raising me and my brother. Kind of screwed up all changes you had there.